I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see the runner-up and Rookie of the Year balloting Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns as they square off against second-year man Sam Darnold and the new-look New York Jets. With that, we head up to MetLife Stadium as we'll hand it over to the two men that'll call the action, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Cleveland Browns. With you from the booth, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. CDR matchup here. A couple of teams last year that were really pretty similar. Both under 500, both missed the playoffs, and they both think that they can turn things around in 2019.
Yeah, how about 2018, though? A case of the haves and the have-nots. In 16-game seasons in the NFL, for the first time last year, no one finished 8-8. Now, you know that in baseball, basketball, other sports, turnarounds can take 3, 4, 5 years. In football, could just be a few months.
To get the party started, the Jets' new kicker for 2019, Chandler Catanzaro. And in front of a raucous crowd, this one is underway.
Get ready, get ready.
The Browns heading out, and the pressure squarely on the shoulders of number 6 in his second season now with the Browns. The #1 overall pick in 2018, Baker Mayfield. Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And this defense not giving him anything there, maybe a yard up to the 36. And a look now at the starting offense for the Browns.
And the focus will definitely be on wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. after the trade from the New York Giants to the Cleveland Browns. How will he mesh with his new quarterback Baker Mayfield? And can they be the duo that leads Cleveland to the playoffs for the first time since 2002?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mayfield now. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
4th down, and on is Greg Joseph for the Browns field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Joseph now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
And the first possession isn't until the second quarter, but what's nice about it, it's only down 3. So what you sell your team on is, look, one possession, one drive, we put it in the end zone. We're in the lead in this game. Let's go, guys.
Outside. 53 is the mark. Defense wins championships, baby.
On first down, Darnold. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. After the sack on first down, Darnold, he's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down.
They're running it. And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
of the shotgun. Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Back deep for the Browns, Antonio Callaway. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
First down, Mayfield. On the catch, it's Duke Johnson. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Let's see what you got.
From the gun, Mayfield. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mayfield now from the 50. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go, let's bring it.
And again, it's Mayfield. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been all about the defense, just a lone field goal in that first half, and as a result, not too much available in terms of highlights, but that's okay. We've got a full half to go, and to bring it your way, let's get back out to Brandon and Charles.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And a short kick taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the first half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are, and what I like about it is that you actually continue to play. You know, you just find a way to make a few plays yourself, and you noted it. right there on the border in this game. They're not that far off. Just got to find a play or two, and they could be very happy at that point.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. On 2nd and 1, Darnold. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He's got Anderson right side. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Outside. 53 fly. Check 53 fly. 6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Darnold to throw again. A screen to Bell. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now it's Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And here we go on fourth. Darnold, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's going to be batted down and will go the other way with a football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Browns defense stands tall. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch out!
And that's off the mark, incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Johnson on the counter. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Set, 180! Check tight, check tight.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. It's caught. Beckham. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3, and they got what they needed.
They got what they needed. Exactly right.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say? It's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going forward.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.